Hello, you. It's me. And I just wanted to do a little rant about my previous internet provider. We're going to call them Ectrum. I'm going to try my best to remember to call them Ectrum. Anyway, I have had Ectrum service, internet service, for roughly 10 years or so. They've always been pretty decent. There's a few outages here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent. So I had it, I kept it. Well, I no longer needed their service, and so I contemplated just canceling it. And so I called, and they connected me with a salesperson who, instead of canceling, convinced me that I should have the internet with a home phone line, and if I bundle those two together, I can get free mobile service for a year. And then after that, it's only $20 a month. And I thought, wow, that sounds like a really good deal. And I said, okay, so do I need a new modem? He said, no, the modem you have now is fine. We'll just connect the home line to it so that you can utilize it. I said, great. He asked if I needed a new phone. I said, no, my phone is fine. So I just needed to give them a $20 fee for connection, and then I would have it free for a year. I said, that's great. I said, now how much is all this going to cost me, including taxes, fees, all that kind of thing? And it turned out that it was less than what I was paying for just internet. And I thought, wow, I could save money. That's awesome. Let's do that. Let's do it. So he signed me up for it. I paid him the $20 for the mobile thing. And I was happy. I'm like, great, this is fantastic. So the next day I get about 50 emails and I'm just like, what is all this? And it's just talking about the connection. It's talking about the fact that because I accepted the mobile service, I would accept automatic payments coming out of my bank account every month for the mobile service. And I'm like, wait, I didn't agree to that. And then it said, but then I thought, oh, okay, well, it's free for a year, and then maybe I can call them about it later, right? Okay, so I just left it at that point. And then I get this other email that says that in order for me to have the mobile phone connected, I would have to send them a copy of my driver's license or ID card, the front and the back, to this email address. I said, what? That doesn't sound right. That sounds sketchy to me. And I wondered, like, did I actually call Spectrum, or was this some kind of like a scam thing or something? So I immediately called Spectrum and I said, you know what? I don't want the mobile service. Cancel that, because that just sounds wrong to me. And it sounded wrong to me in the first place, having to give them a $20 down payment on it over the phone as well. That felt sketchy too. And just with those two things together, I just thought, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. So they canceled that. But I still had the internet and the home phone, which I thought, okay, that'll be cool. That might actually benefit me in some way. So I wait another day or two when it was supposed to be turned on. And I noticed that my modem wasn't working properly. And I thought, what the fudge is this all about now? They connect me to a new service. Now it's not working. And I'm like, oh, this is just frustrating. This is just frustrating. And then I went out my front door to take out the garbage, and there was a big box in front of my door. Now, I do order from Amazon quite a bit, so I thought, oh, it must be something from Amazon. So I look at the box, and it says Spectrum. What they did was sent me new equipment, which I was told I wasn't getting because my old equipment was just fine. So they disconnected the old modem for the new modem. And this just frustrated me. So I called up Ektrum and said, what the heck? Oh, I did slip a few times there. Oh, anyway, Ektrum. That's what I mean. Ektrum. Wink, wink. Anyway, I called them. I said, why am I getting this? Why am I getting this new modem? Why? I was told that what I had was fine. They had no answer. They just said, well, we set you up with a new one. So I said, okay, can you send a tech? And they said, sure. And my idea of sending a tech was for them to take both the modems and cancel the service completely, because too many things were going on, too much sketchiness. I didn't like it. So the tech guy came, he took the old modem, but he couldn't take the new one because it was still activated. It was still active. So I had to call back. I had to have them disconnect the phone, or not disconnect the phone, disconnect the home phone and the internet, and then have them come back and pick up the box that had the new modem in it. Now, the guy that I talked to disconnect all the services was another salesman. And he was a jolly old soul that I talked to for about 45 minutes. The first thing I said to him is, I want you to disconnect all my services and have someone pick up the box. I repeated that statement probably 50 times, and I'm not even kidding. All right, literally speaking, maybe 20. But he said, oh, well, can I, we hate to see you go. Can I sell you on this or on that? Ektrum is really great with this and that. I said, can you please disconnect all the services and have someone pick up the box? And I just kept repeating over and over again. He's laughing, he's giggling, he's like, ha ha ha, you a trip. And just kept talking and talking and talking. And I kept repeating, no, I want you to disconnect every service and pick up the box. And a matter of fact, he could not make an appointment to have someone pick up the box. So he had to send that to somebody else. And I wasn't sure at this point if I believed him or not. But as he's still trying to convince me to stay with Ektrum, someone else called me. It was a very nice woman who said, we have an available appointment tomorrow between 1 and 2. Would that be okay for you? I said, yes. Thank you for not jerking me around. She said, sorry you have to deal with that. I apologize and have a happy holiday. And thank God for her. She was quick, to the point. That's all I wanted. I tried to be that quick and to the point, get it across that I don't want any services, and this guy wouldn't let up. But the truth is, I just wanted it done. I didn't want to have to call back. I didn't want to have to talk to somebody else and have someone else try to sell me on things that I don't want. Finally, after saying, oh, this could take a while, even though when I canceled the mobile service, I got an email before I hung up the phone saying your service was canceled. Never activated either, by the way. So he finally said, okay, everything is disconnected. And you talked to the person, right? I said, yes, I did, for someone to pick up the box of equipment. And he said, okay, great. Sorry to see you go. We're all going to cry here for you. On and on and on. He just kept going. I said, okay, bye. I'd had enough. I had such a headache. I don't know why. I wonder if they think that with the equipment here that I'm just going to give up and try it anyway. I don't know if that was their deal. But I've never heard of Ektrum doing any of these things. And I come to learn that the person who sold me on that original bundle with the mobile phone and the home phone and the internet, the price he told me was still wrong. He quoted me about $10 less than what it was actually going to be, And he could have saved me further money by not putting super high speed, which I didn't ask for either. He said it comes with that, and I said, oh, okay, not knowing. I learned all this afterwards. So finally, they come pick up the box that had the modem in it. I called to verify that everything was disconnected. But this is what the salesman told me. He told me that my services will now begin at the point of the new service. Okay? But now it's that my service began on the 20th of this month to the 19th of next month. So I still owe them a full month's worth of service. I said I used 8 days of my old service and none of the new service. They said it doesn't matter. You have to pay for the full month. And honestly, at this point, I don't want to haggle anymore. So I accepted it, and I will pay it when I feel like paying it. It will get paid. Maybe not when they want me to do it, but I will pay it eventually. But I am so frustrated that Ectrum would do that. They couldn't discount it or anything, say, okay, we understand you only had 8 days of the 30-day service. We'll give you half off something. No. I'm responsible for paying the whole thing. And I find that incredibly frustrating. And I will hopefully never have to use Ectrum again. Hopefully never. I'm not a fan of some of the other service providers, but I would prefer dealing with them over Ectrum at this point. And to top it off, I had a neighbor, the same exact thing happened to them. They were told a bunch of quotes, how much this and that will cost, and that they wouldn't have to send any equipment out, and they did anyway, and they charged them a lot more than what they quoted, and so they just canceled it right out and brought all the stuff back to them and said, F you. I think this is something that Ectrum has been doing in more recent years, because I have used Ectrum since it was a whole nother company. So we're talking like 30 plus years, which is why I was loyal to them for so long. Not anymore. Sometimes loyalty is rewarded and sometimes it's not. And they don't care. It's all about the money. And so they're getting a nice little extra sum there for the month that I wasn't using it and wasn't even hooked up to. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, that's my little rant. I'm not a fan of Ectrum. And again, I hope I never have to use them again, because that was frustrating. Have you ever had any of these issues with Ectrum where they mislead you with prices? Even when I specifically asked, what is it with tax and fees? Can you give me the full thing? Because I like to be precise like that, because I don't have a lot of money. And he lied about that. He lied about prices after the 1 year, and he lied about the not needing any new equipment, and the driver's license thing, that still gets me. Anyway, I'm still a little perplexed, I have to admit, but it is what it is. I will pay the last bill, and I will be done with Ectrum. Please let me know in the comments if any of this has happened to you, if you've had any stories. I'd love to hear them. It's nice to know that I am not alone in this frustration. Anyway, that's all I got to say.